So you were just
Yeah,
in
well,
time.
all kinds of things happened. My wife was supposed to be here to watch Arthur. I had to get him set up with Blippi, the third parent.
There you go.
So she was supposed to be here. She forsaken me.
All right. So we're gonna we're gonna start off. Jacob's gonna do an ad read, then I'll hit the theme music, and then we'll go into it. So you won't hear the theme music, but you'll know when we come back in. All right, Jacob, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
This week, Aquarius and Chaz Singleton of
Right,
Astro Clown
now.
Productions wrapped up another music video. This one for a new song by their very own Daltinius. So keep an eye out for that in the coming weeks, and don't forget to hit up YouTube for Zach Perkins' newly released music video for his song Heaven. Wednesday evening, Zach as well as Patty Dwyer will be headlining a comedy show at Belux in Biloxi, so if you're bored tonight, make sure to go there by 9. Give Aquarius a follow on Instagram and Facebook to keep up with their upcoming projects. This show is also brought to you by BJ DeBlow, that dirty motherfucker. He knows exactly what he did. And a very special thank you to Mark Simmons for inviting his friends to like us on Facebook. Let's start the show.
Sweet. Whoa, that music means it's time for the Open Micers podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I am the Typhoid Mary of the 21st century, Jacob Craig. And tonight, our guest is a very funny comedian who I had the pleasure of going on tour with recently. He also produces and hosts shows at the Alabama Music Box in Mobile, Alabama. June 20th is their next show. He's going to be hosting for Sean Patton coming there. Me and Jason already got our tickets. You need to get your tickets too. We'll go ahead and throw that link in the bio for you. All you got to do is fucking click on it and buy some tickets. Yeah. Give it up for Mr. Zeke Buckhaults. Welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
All right, I'm good. I'm sorry. I think I fucked up your... Can I cuss? Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't fucking cuss, Zeke. You can't fucking cuss, Zeke.
God fucking damn it. It froze for a second there when you were doing your ad read, and then like it came back like 10 seconds later, and I said, "Oh, it's frozen," and then you just had this look on your face like, "Hey, you're fucking it up, dude." And I was like, "All right."
Look,
I was like, "I didn't know this was happening."
Well, that's what happens when you're joining a Zoom call from your murder cabin. What the hell is going on over there?
This fan right here is to keep the smell of. It actually does smell like dead bodies out here. We have these fly traps that we put up on the corners of the garage, and it does smell vile. It's not great. So it just kind of keeps the vibe.
You look angelic, Zeke. You look
very
glowy.
You're glowing.
You look like you're pregnant.
It's oil. It's oily. That's what it is.
Oh.
Hey, I don't know if this helps or hurts the vibe, but I'll just put this longboard back behind me.
Oh,
that
cool.
definitely helps.
It helps. Just
that
hang
helps
it up there.
Everything.
All right. Hell yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's gonna be a murder weapon in the near future. But
blood stains on the wheels.
Is there for real?
No, there's not. This actually, I did. I was in the ICU. Well, from this longboard right here is when I had a life-changing head injury. So that's why I stutter now sometimes. Is because of my family thought I was dead.
What?
This guy. Yeah. So there you go.
I'm sorry for laughing, but that's fucking hilarious.
Okay, you have to tell us more about this story. Like, you can't just say I have a head injury and now I have a stutter and just move on. You gotta elaborate a little bit.
There's like 2 weeks of my life I do not remember because of this guy.
Oh my God.
I asked for a longboard for Christmas. I've never longboarded before. It was when I was probably freshman in high school, and I got a longboard and decided, you know what, I'm going to go down the biggest hill in Mobile, Alabama, and tried to bail out in the middle of it. That's the last thing I remember. My cousin, who was like a few years younger than me, supposedly, I was like just screaming bloody murder, like, holy fuck. I don't know. It was weird. People would come in and like talk to me and have full conversations with me, and I do not remember. We recorded one of our first music videos with Shropshire, whenever I was completely unaware. It was just me saying fuck in a hospital bed.
How did you find a hill in Mobile, Alabama? It's like the flattest place in the country.
Go to Venetia Road. They got a big one. It's a good one. You just got to make sure you sweep off all the rocks first.
After all of that, that was your one question, Jason, was where'd you find a hill?
I want to know where this
I know
hill
you got
is
beaches.
that caused such a huge head injury. Like,
How
It
old
was
were you
bad.
when this happened?
Do what?
How old were you when this happened?
I think I was maybe 15.
Oh, okay. So this was a
28.
while back.
28.
Yeah.
28.
Happy to answer that.
I actually, speaking of music videos with Shropshire, I actually did a deep dive on you on YouTube, and I found a video that's like 2 minutes long, and the entire video is like you, like baby faced, and you just look at the camera, and you say, "I'm Zeke, and I play the drums," and then you
Yeah.
just do a drum solo for 2 minutes.
I was trying to get a scholarship.
Oh.
Did it work?
No, it didn't. We actually we went and we got to like jam with some like well-known musicians, and one guy was like, he kicked off one of the other famous drummers, not famous, they weren't famous, locally famous, and told me to get back on the drums. So I was like, I totally got this. I definitely won, but I think it's just because I sounded so country when I said, "I'm Zeke Buckhaults and I play the drums," and I was wearing a puka bead necklace.
Yes.
So they're probably, that guy. No, it was in a
Yeah.
similar thing. I was in an attic, not a garage. So it's always my.
What were
I
you
noticed
trying to get a scholarship for?
They literally just, if you get chosen, they give you like, I can't remember how much, a good bit of money to go towards like music lessons or something like that. I don't know. It was cash though, so I was just gonna be like, all right, dude, get some more weed.
See, what it was is that you were so good that you didn't need the scholarship.
That's exactly. You know what? That's exactly. I'll tell Dennis Fingerroll Nelson that that you said that.
Who the fuck is that? Who is Dennis Fingerroll Nelson?
Okay, I think he might have froze up there for a second.
I think a little bit.
It's freezing. God damn it, dude.
You're back now, buddy.
All right.
I need to know who Dennis Fingerroll Nelson is.
Oh, he's a jazz. Oh, you should actually look up. So he's a jazz musician from Mobile who was real good. He's the one that kicked the other guy off the drums and told me to play again. But he just came out with a pilot for a TV show, and it is awful. It's like Tyler Perry Meet the Browns, but just like filmed in one room and like just terrible angles.
We should get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
You should. Don't tell myself.
I want to ask him how he got the nickname Finger Rolls, or is that his actual?
No, he's just so big. He's just so fat that he's got so many finger rolls. No, dude, he's gonna watch this. No, it's because he's a jazz guitarist and he can roll his fingers real well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. The guitar. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
He can roll a joint one-handed. That's why he's called Finger Rolls.
That's why they call Zeke finger rolls, dude. This guy gets down. You're doing the fucking Italian thing. We had a whole conversation about that the other night.
Everybody does this, I'm pretty sure. Like, I've noticed that every single person in the world does this, but I'm the only one that pointed it out, and everybody made fun of me.
Jason, have you ever done that while talking? The Italian thing?
I've never seen an Italian person do that, and I know
that's
several.
What I'm saying. It's more of an American thing, I think, than an Italian thing at this point.
I mean,
next time you're really into something, look at your fingers while you're talking. You'll be doing this probably.
I have two very close Italian friends that come from New Jersey, and actually three. One that still lives in New Jersey, and none of them do this. Like, I've never seen this.
It's an authentic Italian gesture. It's not New Jersey Italian. It's straight from the river.
Straight from Sicily, baby.
Yeah. Sicily. There you go.
Straight up Godfather.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your professional life for a little bit, because I know that way pre-pandemic you guys had TJ Miller at the Music Box, and then recently you had Chris Kattan, and that seemed like the show that started like this whole run of headliners that you guys are getting in. Like what was the change? Like, when did you start deciding that you're going to get in all these comedy headliners?
Well, I did not book TJ Miller. The owner of the venue knew him from something else. Supposedly they went to like a wedding or something together, so he was like trying to get a show. And really what happened, I used to book at Blind Mule, but Blind Mule didn't necessarily have or want to put money behind having headliners, didn't have somebody really like supporting doing bigger shows like that. So now that I'm with Music Box, it's just kind of fallen. And honestly, I know you guys just saw Jason P. Leonard or just talked to him recently. He's helped out a bunch with setting up these shows as well. He's like, whenever he's got like a route he can send my way, he'll send it my way.
That's awesome, man.
So how has the crowds gotten over there for the not for actually like the open mic shows over there?
They're hit or miss. They've been pretty miss recently. I just talked to a couple, or one of the local radio stations over here, 92 Zoo, about talking about it. She said she would, and Lanyap over here said to talk about it. So we're putting more effort into getting it back going again. It was good for a minute there. It still hasn't hit. Like, I don't know if you came out to the Blind Mule whenever it was at its crux. Well, this was a while ago. I guess it was really like 4 or 5 years ago. That we would be having like 25 comics a night and 30 plus people in the crowd. Just I guess because it finally kind of took off. So I guess we're still kind of in that beginning phase, trying to really make it like a staple again, if that makes any sense. So we're still kind of weighing it out, trying to.
I was over there. What was the last time I was over there?
It was a while ago. When you read your Twitter.
Yeah.
You read your Twitter, Jason.
Yeah, but dude, it was literally like it was one of the first shows back after after everything started to open up a little bit, and there was nobody there. It was like it was Zeke behind the bar. There was like 3 or 4 comedians, and like 3 people there. Actually, there was seven people at one point. It was like 3 Karens there who made it through the first comedian, and they were like, "Nah, we're out," and then they left. So it was like half the crowd left.
It might have been that same one where there was some Karens that were out, and Ryan was telling a story about. In his joke, he talks about an episode of Grey's Anatomy where a lady has a miscarriage, and this lady was like, "Miscarriages are not funny," and like looked at her husband like, "We're leaving." It's like, no, he was talking about the show. She's like, "I don't care. Miscarriages are never funny." Like, do you like Grey's Anatomy? Because she probably does like Grey's Anatomy a bunch. The story was literally, it wasn't even a joke about a miscarriage. It was literally just a story about the first time that Ryan went on a date with this girl. And like they watched this episode. And she was like, "No miscarriages for me, thank you."
Yeah, no, I've heard that joke. It's literally Ryan describing the episode.
Yeah.
Like that's literally just what happened in that episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, that lady was upset. And her husband was just kind of like, and they left.
So I saw this on Facebook. I want to believe it's true. But I saw it and I was like, "There's no fucking way this is real." Are you doing comedy at a rest stop in Connecticut?
It's not real. It's not real. It's not real yet. But this guy, I don't know if you know Brian Barganier. He's hilarious. He's come through Mobile a couple times. He's a Connecticut comedian. He did a lot of touring for a while, and I think he just had this idea, like, that would be hilarious to do this. So now he's just, like, started, and then he's gonna, I don't know. If they do it, at first I was like, I'm definitely not going to drive to Connecticut, even if they do make it happen. But if they make it happen, I'm driving to Connecticut for sure to do that. It sounds great.
I can't imagine the conversation I would have to have with my girlfriend. Like, "Hey, I'm going to be gone for, like, at least a week. I have a gig at a rest stop in Connecticut."
Hey, but you could do rest stops along the way. You could do the rest
That's
stop
true.
tour.
That's true. I think Zeke's frozen on the ceiling.
Yeah.
There he is. Zeke, have you ever thought about doing a whole run of rest stop shows?
That would be great. Except for, I mean, nobody could pay you. So I'm just trying to get like maybe a pack of peanuts out of the situation, pack of peanut M&Ms out of the situation.
Right.
Yeah, but you could throw like a hat out in front of you, like with like a couple dollar bills and some change, and hopefully.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it would be hard to cultivate a crowd for comedy, though. I guess it would have to be a clean show, I guess, or we could do it like one next to the toilets and be like, "This is the potty humor stage."
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, fuck them kids, right? Like, look, I mean, you're already at a rest stop. You already saw a bunch of crackheads walking around like, "Shit, fuck, shit."
Yeah, right.
It's like, you might as well make it funny.
Yeah. Maybe some eloquent shit fucks in there.
Yeah, there you go. Eloquent Shit Fuck was actually the name of my punk band in high school.
Turned into a shoegaze band.
Didn't you guys just release a music video for Shropshire?
Yeah, we did. Dark Matter 30. It was one of the first beats that I ever made, and my friend Philip really wanted to make a music video out of it, so we did. And there it
awesome,
was.
Man.
Yeah, we're trying to put out one a month so far is our goal.
That's a pretty solid goal. What goes into making a music video for Shropshire? Because I mean, you guys, like, in the early stages, you know, it looks like y'all just kind of filmed like in someone's house, and then like the most recent video before this one, Smoke That Goodie, like had like solid fucking production value behind it.
So that's actually my friend Kevin Copeland, or Opus Mercury, he had just started doing film stuff sort of recently. One of the first things he did for music videos was Sugarloaf, one of our other music videos.
Yeah.
And he just has like taken off quickly. Like, he's getting picked up by a bunch of people. He got like a record deal, or like a deal with a record company to make a bunch of them. So it's his like job now, and he's just gotten really good at it in like a year and a half, just killing it, cranking them out. So that guy, so literally we just we make a song, and then we're like, who wants to do this one? Or I'll reach out to somebody and be like, hey, do you want to do this one? And then whoever does it, it winds up in their style.
And so I saw at the end of the video, the fire department showed up at the music box where you were filming because of the smoke machine.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like with the firemen? Were they just like, you guys fucking suck? Or
they were so fucking cool, dude. I thought they were gonna be so mad. Like, I ran inside, I like put my weed inside real quick because I didn't know if they get mad about that. But no, they were literally like, are y'all gonna be doing this for much longer? And I was like, not anymore, dude. Like, I think we're good now. But he was like, literally, you can just call the company and tell them you're gonna be doing it. And they just like went off, maybe like had lunch downtown or something. I don't know, but they were super fucking cool about it. I really thought they were gonna be pissed. I felt so bad.
How much freaking smoke were you using?
A lot. JC, you should watch that music video. It's actually a really good song. It's really catchy.
Yeah, I'll go.
And the music video is really good. How much mustard did you have to chug for that video?
Oh God, so much. I didn't even have to chug. I didn't have to chug it, but I thought, you know, this will be worth it. This will totally be worth it.
But you do that a lot. Like, multiple times I've seen you chug condiments.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you did the video with the hot dog suits where you did like you chugged something, I think, in there.
I didn't chug anything. I just held like a full chewed up hot dog in my mouth for a long time.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that was gross. That was worse than the mustard, honestly.
That sounds terrible.
It was really bad.
Was it just the hot dog, or was it the bread too?
It was with the bread, with chili, mustard, ketchup.
There's nothing worse than like soggy bread and just holding it in your mouth like that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me want to vomit thinking about it.
Shot, and I would just have to stop with like a full mouth of hot dog, and then like go at it again and start as soon as he started the next take.
That makes me think about those people that do the speed eating. Have you seen the way they eat the hot dogs for the speed eaters? They like take the hot dog. Yeah, they dip it in water. Have you ever eaten like a soggy bun? It's the most disgusting. Like, how do they not vomit?
I tried to like reheat a Philly cheesesteak and by steaming it on my stovetop, and it was fucking it was awful. Like, it just fell apart whenever I touched it. It's really hard to get through. It's just like eating a fucking loogie. It's disgusting.
Okay, there's a trick to that. Like, when you're reheating a sandwich like that, any kind of like po' boy or whatever, any kind of sandwich, you have to take the meat and everything out. Like, kind of warm that up in a pan, but you take the bun and you put that in the oven for a bit to heat it.
It was also hardened together at that point.
Oh, okay.
It was like a real soppy Philly cheesesteak, and it had been in the fridge for a little while. Oh. So I literally just tried to throw it all into a pan. And then, like, it kind of got a little too hard, so I tried to steam it, and then it got a little too soft.
Steamed sandwich. That's I played bass for Steamed Sandwich back in the 90s.
Did you really?
Yeah, no.
There's a bunch of steamed sandwich restaurants. Like, Firehouse steams their sandwich.
Really?
Yeah,
that
and
sounds
Mama
disgusting.
Goldberg's. I don't know if y'all have those over there. I mean, you've had Firehouse; it's not bad.
I mean, there's a Firehouse here. I've actually been talking about checking it out. Because I've never had it before, but I don't know about steaming a sandwich.
They've got it down to a science at this point. There's got to be a reason they're doing so good.
I mean, I like a good toasted sandwich, but
oh yeah, y'all love a good toasted sandwich.
Yeah, I like boiled.
A good boiled sandwich.
A nice boiled sandwich.
I
There were
will
so many
give you-
sexual innuendos in
and
that
cheese.
conversation.
I will give you $20 if you go get like a sandwich, like a tuna from
Ugh.
Subway, boil it
Oh,
and
God.
eat it.
Look, I would do
On
it if
the
it wasn't.
show. You have to do it on the show here, and you have to eat the whole thing.
I would do it if it wasn't a tuna melt. I fucking cannot stand tuna, dude.
I would pay for the Patreon just for that.
Exactly, dude. Something we've talked about doing for the Patreon is taking me to Buffalo Wild Wings with a camera and filming me doing the Carolina Reaper challenge.
Oh, dude, were you there? So there's some kind of peanuts that are like 100-something million Scovilles, which is like way more than. So what is 2 million is the highest one on Hot Boys? It was like
Hot Boys.
Hot Boys.
Hot Boys.
Sean Evans and his guest, Hot Boys. There's some peanuts that are like way hotter than that, and I got Thomas Finley to eat one, and Katia ate one too.
Oh my God.
And Thomas chugged a full. He had just bought like pickles, fried pickles, and he had a big old ramekin of ranch, and he chugged it and then ran to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure he threw up. I didn't ask.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, you could see it was like a whole. It was just those like spicy crystal things that are like fake spice, and just like a peanut.
God.
The peanut was like this big, and the whole peanut was like this big with the crystals on it.
Oof. I like hot stuff, but that's like I tried to eat some of those. Man, I can't remember the people that do the chip challenges. Have you seen the
Takis?
Yeah.
Takis? Is it Takis?
No, the one
No.
chip.
Yeah, the one
Pocky.
chip challenge. Pocky?
No, it's not. Oh, Pocky. I thought you said Taki.
No, Pocky. PACQI.
Okay, I
Pocky.
got the bag of them from Walmart, just like the hottest ones you can get. I couldn't eat I didn't even like those. They
Yeah.
it's like it's nothing but hot. There's like no
Yeah,
flavor.
because it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Like if I go get like some Asian food, or if I get ramen or something, I'll be like, make it as spicy as possible. And because I like the spice, but it's also got some flavor there. But if it's just literally just
It's just hot and tastes like I don't even know how to describe
Tastes
the
like metal.
taste. It's like yeah.
yeah,
It's
or
like
just like cut tongue, just like split your tongue and bleeding. It's just like
Yeah. I
like
think
eating-
that's what it is your taste buds just kind of start seeping blood.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, why would you do this to us?
call them taste bloods.
Taste buds. But what was the like? So, how has your comedy changed in recent years, Zeke? Because I've noticed this the last time we were on tour. Because I know that we had this conversation. The last time you had seen me perform was like a year and a half ago, and you were like, "I did not know that you were the comedian now that you are. I thought you were still that fucking guy." I
Yeah.
thought somewhat of the same thing about you, to be honest. Like,
Really?
dude, you've gotten so much fucking better. Like, so I mean, what was that change? Like, I mean, is it just natural progression, or is like hosting for these shows at the Music Box making you better? Like, what is it?
So I will say honestly, it's kind of come in waves. Because back pre my son, so like 5 years ago or something, I was doing comedy as much as I possibly could. Like, and I was touring, I was getting out on the road, I was doing it. And then my son was born, and I literally took like just a kind of a depression hiatus. Not depression necessarily, but kind of like it was kind of I mean, it was a little depressing, but I'm happy now, I guess. Maybe that's the difference. It's the
Yeah.
when I wasn't happy. I don't know. Who knows? But I used to write all the time and do comedy all the time, and I felt really good at that point. But now that I kind of haven't been writing as much, and which I need to get back to writing, but I've kind of just let myself get on stage and just kind of go with it more.
Mhm.
So I'm much more comfortable like letting the crowd kind of not necessarily like direct where I'm going, but like kind of keep a conversation going with people and knowing that I'm going to come out on top because I let myself do it more. But like after I got done with one of our bigger tours that I did with Carson and Bill, I felt like I was the funniest I've ever been. And then it's kind of gone down and then back up, I think, recently. And I think it just depends on how much I'm doing it. Because it's not like riding a bike. Like if I don't do it for a couple months and I try and get on stage again and just think I'm going to kill it like I did last time, it doesn't ever work that way for me.
Yeah.
Right. And you've been doing comedy for a long time, because I saw a video on YouTube from 2014 of you doing comedy in, I believe, Boston. I want to say Boston.
It was Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, same fucking place.
Same thing.
And so when did you start doing comedy? Was that like at the beginning of your comedy career, or were you already into it a little bit?
So I started in 2000 and I think it was 13. And then I kind of moved away to follow it. And I moved to DC, but I didn't realize how expensive DC was, so I had to work like 6 days a week, and I barely really got to do comedy as much as I wanted to. Then went with my friend to Philly for a little while and did comedy over there, and then moved back home, and that's when I really started doing it like religiously, like trying to get up. I would try and get up at least like 4 to 5 times a week, however I could, like between towns, and we would crash like local blues open mics. We would literally just be like, "Hey, we're not playing music. We're just gonna annoy you guys with our jokes for a minute." And at that point, so I don't know, it's been kind of in and out, but so yeah, technically I've been doing it for 9 years now, but I'd say really I've been doing it for about 6 or 7.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's everybody, because I mean, my first year in comedy, it was literally like 6 months between my first time doing it and my second time doing it.
Yeah.
So I think everybody kind of goes through that.
I was actually thinking recently about that, because my first time really on stage was your first time too, Jacob, at the in 2016.
Yep, we lost our virginities together.
Yep, and I was thinking we should one night we should go back and do our sets from that night.
I still do a lot of those jokes, actually. Well, some of them are pretty fucking cringe, but like there are a couple of good jokes that I had.
I have a couple that I still do from my first time, and I have gone back and redone my first set ever, because it started off with, "This is my first time doing comedy, so you guys don't laugh at me, okay?" And I did that again like 5 years into comedy. I was like,
it's one of those things where you keep doing it, and eventually it's funny because it's ironic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know, Jason, your first time doing comedy, you did like 5 minutes of like yelling about like someone sticking a hair straightener up their ass.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I had a whole bit about how the downfall of humanity is directly linked to the use of warning labels. I think we should get rid of them.
I just remember you yelling about someone sticking a hair straightener up their ass. Like, that's all I remember from your set. And I remember you getting so mad that no one laughed at it. I remember I saw it on your face that you were fucking fuming.
I was so wrapped up in the writing aspect of it, not the performing aspect. So I just like looked at my shoes and flipped the microphone cord for a while. And I remember, because nobody told me what the light was, so I just thought like this dude was taking so many pictures of me. I was supposed to do like 3 minutes, and I did like 7 minutes, and the dude was like, "It was fine, it was okay." I remember somebody being like, "It's your." I still don't think I've gotten that high again, because everybody was like, "That was your first time. It was amazing." Still, like, that's still one of my favorite times doing comedy.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, same thing happened to me pretty much. Like, because I know that it was not that great, but everyone made it out like it was the best comedy they'd ever seen in their entire life.
Yeah, dude. And I believed them.
Yeah, right? Have you ever gotten a light that's so obnoxiously bright that you forgot the rest of your set?
Yeah, it kind of makes you stop for a second, and then you gotta think about what is that, and then go back, and it just like fucks up the whole rhythm.
I got that the one time I went to an open mic in Hattiesburg. The host shined a fucking industrial grade DeWalt flashlight he picked up from Ace Hardware or some shit.
Jesus
and it was
Christ.
So obnoxiously bright. This was my 3rd time doing comedy. It was so obnoxiously bright that I was just like, all right, good night. Like, I had nothing else to say because I had just saw God.
Just do like me and just completely ignore the light like I did for you, Jacob, and do 12 minutes as opposed to the 5 I was supposed to do.
Dude, as long as you don't, the thing that makes me the angriest, if you don't see it or if you just like keep going, then that's whatever. But there's a few people, I won't name drop folks, but we've talked about it before. Yeah, Thomas Finley. He's one of them.
Love you, Thomas.
Go, I know, I see the light, and then continue to do like 3 more minutes. It's like, dude, that's not, It's not how this works. I literally had to sit him down at one point. I was like, dude, look, people other places will be very upset with you if you do that. I am upset with you right now, but I'm talking to you in my parent voice and not in my angry, mad hothead voice.
Yeah, we did the Mother's Day show a couple weeks ago, and Jacob apparently gave me the light numerous times, but I just never saw it. I don't know how I didn't see it because you were like right in front of me.
That's one thing. At least you didn't acknowledge the light and say "fuck you." The light does not control me on my stage.
Right. I mean, that's what I did when I was an open micer, because I thought that I was so much better than everybody that I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing my comedy because I'm funnier than all these people. I was such a fucking prick, dude. And eventually, I did it with Wally. I fucking muted myself. I did it with Wally when he was hosting at the Kraken, and he got mad at me. He sat me down. He's like, dude, you have to fucking stop doing that. Like, I let you get away with that because I like you. It's like, you keep doing it, like, it's going to be a fucking problem.
And you don't want Wally mad at you. Wally's like the nicest person on the planet. And if you get him
if Wally's mad at you, you probably fucked up.
I don't think I've met Wally.
Really? You've never met Wally Phelps?
Dude.
Holy shit, man.
He's starting to get back out into the scene. He's one of the best comedians down here. I mean,
hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully once everything gets fully back to normal, he'll be making the rounds. I'm going to start dragging him over to Mobile that way.
Please do. We need people, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, speaking of people in Mobile, so we're coming up to the end of the show here. We have about 7 minutes left on the Zoom, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping everything up. Thank you so much for booking me, by the way. I'll announce it here on the show. I already put it on my Facebook. I am opening for Jenny Zagrino June 27th at the Alabama Music Box. Going to be a 10-minute opener over there. So please buy your tickets to see me and support the local comedy scene over there. And, you know, that's how they keep getting headliners over there is you buying tickets. It's not like the presidential election where your vote doesn't matter. It's you can actually make a difference if you buy tickets.
Yeah, definitely. I told you I put that one girl Stormer. It's her second time doing comedy. I feel like such a fucking sellout, but I already know that since I've said that she was going to be on the thing, she's already sold like 12 VIP tickets. So
yeah,
it was a move.
Yeah, it's like, it's her people. And I'm gonna be honest. It seems like I'm probably gonna bomb in front of her people, but I don't fucking care. Like, she's putting butts in seats.
Dude,
man.
I don't know. You just keep yelling at folks, man. Just keep doing your thing. Just make them pay attention.
That's what I do. I yell. That's
works.
my comedy.
It works. It does not work for me.
And so your next thing is the Sean Patton show, right? June 20th.
Yeah, June 20th, Sean Patton. Yeah, still got a bunch of tickets for that. Me, JP Leonard, Carson Taylor. It's gonna be good, and Sean Patton, obviously.
Yeah,
I was gonna say his name again.
And me and Jason are gonna be there having some beers with old SP, our best friend, our good buddy Sean Patton. He invited us out there to have a couple beers with him, so we're gonna go hang out.
And what
he
nights
came to Mobile a few years ago, and he's a super nice guy.
Oh, absolutely.
What nights are the open mics you got going on over there?
Right now, the only one we've got is every Thursday at Alabama Music Box, 8:30 sign-ups and 9 o'clock go-ups. And even if there's like a show at Music Box on the Thursday, we wind up doing it. They own Merry Widow, which is right across the street. So if it's not there, you can literally just turn around and look right there. So it'll be at one of those bars every Thursday.
Fantastic.
And do you have anything else you want to plug while you're on here, or does that about sum it up?
I guess Mobile Comedy Festival. If anybody wants to.
Oh fuck, we didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to put it, there's still the early bird submissions are over, but it's still going on. You can still submit to be in that, and there'll be the competition portion. Todd Barry be a part of it. Do a bartender comedy show, which Stormer did her first time on the bartender comedy show, which is I don't even know if you can count that as real comedy because it's just a bunch of people there to see their friends, but. It'll be there. And then Jason P. Leonard's going to be bringing over his Stone versus Drunk versus Sober.
Oh, hell yeah.
On that Friday
I got to get on that, dude. I got to get that fucking drunk set in there, bro.
Dude, hey, I don't know if I have a complete... I asked Joe Carlisle to be the drunk set, and he was like, I'm sober now. I was like, you fucker. You're fucking up my comedy now, dude. What are you doing? So, yeah, I'll talk to you about that.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, and I got in on the early bird tickets. or no, the early bird submissions for the Mobile Comedy Festival. I know I talked to a couple comics last night about submitting. It is worth it, guys. Like that money that you submit to that's cheaper than any other comedy festival I've ever heard of. And if you win the competition portion, you get $500 in your pocket. So
yeah, second and third will get something too. We haven't decided quite exactly what that is, but
absolutely, that's fucking fantastic, man. So yeah, please submit to that if you guys haven't yet. Where can people find you on the internet?
Right here on Open Micers podcast right now.
Hell yeah.
Zeke Buckhaults on Facebook. I guess honestly, Mobile Comedy Festival on Facebook, Mobile's Comedy on Facebook. I got like 9 different ones. So just Mobile Comedy Festival. I don't really use Instagram. I need to get onto that. But Alabama Music Box Instagram, you'll see all the stuff, and you can buy all the tickets to all these shows at alabamamusicbox.com as well. So that's all I got, I think.
Fantastic. Hate to steal Jason's line there. Jason, what do you have to say, buddy?
I got a show coming up on the 27th with previous
dueling
guest,
shows.
Nikki Coleman, 27th in Pensacola for the grown-up comedy night. I'm not sure where it's going to be, so as soon as I find that out, I'll let everybody know.
I believe it will be at Back Porch.
That's right. Back Porch. So if you're in Pensacola or near Pensacola, it's going to be the 27th. So meet us over there, and it'll be fun.
Or if you're in Mobile, come see me over for Jenny Zangrino.
Yeah.
Jenny Zagrino.
Jenny Sangria.
Yeah, Jenny Sangria. And I'll just go ahead and say it. She's going to be our guest next week on the podcast, Jenny Zagrino. So
awesome.
Oh, she is.
Come on back and watch that episode.
All right. Well, I'm going to play our music here. If you'd like to email us, you can email us at openmikerspodcast@gmail.com. We are at Open Micers on Twitter and Open Micers Podcast on Facebook. And go support us over on Patreon at patreon.com/OMPodcast, or just go to ompodcast.com. And that's going to do it for this week, and we will see you guys next week. And that'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Sorry my internet sucks, dude.
That's
My
okay.
It's usually me.
Thank you guys for watching on Twitch, and I'll be back in like 10 minutes with Nerd Cave Retro. So good night.